Alright, YouTube. What we're gonna do today is gonna replace the brake pads, and we're going to machine the rotor. See how dirty it is, and let's get started. You need a 14 millimeter for the caliper to take off. You got one and two bolts here. So this one I already loosened, so as you can see. So once you loosen the two bolts, all you do is just get a screwdriver and then pry it out like this, right, each side. It's a little bit tight, but eventually keep rocking it, it will come up. Okay, so once you get off the caliper, take off the caliper, kind of swing it over here, but make sure you put a wire. Don't let it hang with hose, because this will get stretched and you're gonna have issues. So hang it with a wire like so, and it should be good. And now you have access to the pads. This one's still good, but we'll see. So to take up the rotors, you have to take the caliper bracket first, and there's two bolt, top and bottom. This is 22 millimeter, so I already loosened it a little bit, right? So here's the caliper. Took the pads off. Turns out to be still okay. But you gotta make sure this slides works perfectly smooth, like so. And yeah, so pretty much I'm just gonna do some maintenance or cleaning, servicing this caliper and the bracket, because they've been sitting for a while, so they really need some servicing. Alright, so try to clean this off. This part here, kind of sand it down, and especially this slider. Even though they're moving freely, it's better to change this grease. Look how black that is. So make sure you clean this every time you change your brake pads. Make sure you clean this, because this is the only time you're gonna do it anyway. Once you're done your brake, and you're gonna be doing it like at least minimum 2 years, so now is the time to clean this, or else this is gonna get rusted in there and stuck. Now instead of cleaning it, now you're gonna be, once this has got stuck there, and or worst case scenario, this will snap, and you're gonna be end up of getting a new caliper, right? So my advice is every time you change your brake pads, make sure you clean this out. I use a wire brush to clean all the rust and debris. So now shine like brand new. So this is how I clean it. Now to clean the caliper side or bracket, just peel the rubber off like so, and you're gonna clean the rubber and also the hole there. You're gonna clean. So I spray it with mineral spirit or alcohol, doesn't matter, and you get a round brush, kind of brush it like this. Right, so you can see how dirty that is. Yeah, you gotta make sure you clean this because you're not gonna be back here after at least minimum 2 years, 3 years. Some people even without changing brake 4 years. So you gotta make sure this is good, in a good shape. So once that's done, you're gonna spray it with air to clean inside. Right, so now see how dirty that is. So then after you gotta lube this with not grease, especially not the petroleum grease base. It's gotta be organic. Has to be organic. Some brake pads comes with this grease, so this is the only grease that you use here, the organic grease. The reason being is because of this rubber. If you put a petroleum grease, it will swell up and you're gonna have issues. Okay, so the rubber seal is clean, the shop is clean, the hole is clean. So now it's time to put the grease. So this is how much grease I put, and then you kind of spread it, right? Kind of spread it like so, and don't put grease on the very end because it will block your way into the shaft. I mean, into the cylinder. Those grease will pack up on the front, and then you're gonna have trouble putting it in. Okay, I put the rubber first, and then here's the shaft with the grease, and just put it in like so. And you kind of let the air out because there's an air in it. Make sure you let the air out. There you go. That's it for that. That's it for that. Right, now we're gonna clean this rusty part here with sandpaper, grinder, whatever. So yeah, you clean this bracket here where the brake pad sits with a file, like so. Then you put a grease after that. Alright, so I like to put anti-seize there, so clean up the pads because it's still thick. And this is the what do you call it, brake pads leveler. This thing, it will make a noise once the brake pads is worn out, because this end here will scrape the rotor and make a sound. That means you're gonna need you have to replace your pads soon. And the other one, some of them are, depends on the vehicle, some of them have both sides, but this one doesn't. So the one that doesn't have, it's going to go to the outside of the caliper, this side here. Like so. That's how you should sit, and this side's gonna go back to the caliper, back side of the caliper. So like so. Yeah, and that's for that. This is done. Now we're gonna go and press the caliper back and machine the rotor so that we have a good surface for the pads to attach on. So right, so I already installed everything. I didn't have a video to put because when I install it, because it's pretty much reverse when you took it off. So when you put the first, you have to put the bracket, the bolt in, torque it, and then the caliper next, and the rest of it's the all the hardware that belongs with it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. How you install the brake caliper for 2006 to 2011 Altima. Thank you for watching.